Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video today we're going to show you this really sweet Christmas wreath that has our little gingerbread men in our gingerbread house. Also using the traditional Christmas colors, the red and green. This is really simple, easy design. Most of our items are Dollar Tree items that we use to make this wreath. We want to thank Kiki's DIYs and Crafty Leanie for allowing us to join their Christmas collaboration today. Also subscribe to our channel, Southern G More Gals, and then let's get started to make our wreath. So this is the gingerbread house. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree. I did have to go to a couple different Dollar Trees to be able to find this. This wasn't available at all of them. And then this is the spray paint I'm using to paint my gingerbread house. I got that at Walmart. And this is the house after I spray painted it. I'm going to go back and accent the snow on the rooftop and around the windows and add a little bit of the glittery snow to this. I was trying to find some little wooden cutout gingerbread men and I couldn't find those anywhere, and I saw these in the Dollar Tree and I thought the bodies on this was just perfect and they're the right size up against the house, but I do not like the head part on this gingerbread man. So I'm going to take these apart and make a different head on here. I am going to keep that little curly Q up there at the top, and it's just like a sticker almost. It'll peel right off of there, so I'm going to show you how we take these apart and put it back together. And I purchased 4 of these for my wreath. I've also seen these at Michael's if you can't find these at your local Dollar Tree. And he does have a little jingle bell there, so it makes him a really festive and has those really cute colors for Christmas with the red and the green. And I bought a container of buttons at the Dollar Tree, and these are just some of the smaller buttons. A lot of these were kind of a black, but some of them were blue, so all I did was just take some paint, and this is what the container looked like from the Dollar Tree, and these were up near the register at my store. But I just painted those black, and that's what I'm going to use for the eyes on my gingerbread man. So I'm taking my gingerbread man apart. He's really simple to take apart, comes apart really easy. Just start from the top, peel that back piece off, and we want to keep that for his new head. And then there's a piece of plastic, peel that off. And then I didn't want to have to take my bow off, so I'm going to clip on both sides of the bow to get that big piece taken off of there. And then when I go back to glue the new head on, I'm going to glue it with my hot glue gun on both sides of the bow, and then right underneath the bow on the brown part. So keep that little curly swirly part. We're going to put that on the new head. And all I did was the picture of the little girl. It's really the perfect size for the new head. So I took that and I traced it around the brown backing. And then I cut that out, and that's going to be his new head. And that's me taking that little curly swirly part off. And it's just like a sticker. And I'm going to glue that onto his new head. So that's the piece that I'm using to trace with. I just put it on here, traced around it, and it's really the perfect size. And then I'm going to glue the new piece on with the hot glue gun. And these are the gingerbread houses. I took white paint and I painted around the snow top roof and around the windows, and then I took some of the Dollar Tree glittery snow and sprinkled that on there. I used 2 buttons that came out of that pack from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to show you the candy canes I used on the wreath. And I took the ribbon that was holding the candy canes together, is that red and white twist, and I just swirled that around there to try to make that look like a peppermint there. So that's where that ribbon came from. And then I took the Dollar Tree has a little red and green ornament filling, and that's what I used to try to accent the lights there. And then I used some copper paint, and I went around the window sills and the door, and the 2 little candy canes there in the front. They came off of the garland that we're going to use on the wreath. So these are my little gingerbread men. For 2 of these little guys, I left the little curly swirly thing pointing up, and 2 of them I made it pointing down. I used the little black buttons for his eyes, and then on 2 of them I took the red ornament filling and put little cheeks like he's blushing on 2 of them, and then I used the white ornament filling for his smile on all 4 of them. And I just used a glue gun and put some glue down and then stuck all that onto his face. I did leave the little jingle bell on, so all of them are still holding their little jingle bells. I purchased my wreath from Walmart, and it's a 24-inch wreath. It's $4.48, so that's a great deal for a wreath. I wanted to tone it down some though, so I just took some white spray paint and spray painted it white. I wanted you to be able to see how that toned it down quite a bit. And then I took some of that glittery loose snow from the Dollar Tree while the paint was still wet and just sprinkled it around there to just give it a little more of a frosted look or a little shimmery look. So this is the bow for my wreath. I purchased the ribbon from the Dollar General. I just attached my bow with some floral wire there. I thought this ribbon really looked like a candy cane or Candyland type look, or the land of the sweets. It was $2 from the Dollar General. Has lots of little candy canes and peppermints on it. So now I'm going to attach the house to the wreath, and I'm just using 2 of these little clear zip ties, and you can get these from the Dollar Tree. And I just want to go around and grab that corner of the roof, and I'm getting a piece of the wreath up underneath there, and that's what I'm attaching it to on each side. I'm going to put one on this side and one on the other, and you just want to get this nice and secure and tight, and then you can twist it around and clip off the extra piece of that plastic on the zip tie. And using the clear, these really blend in well. We're going to get a close-up in there so you really can't even see that on your wreath. And I'm going to put one on this side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other. Just get underneath there and grab a piece of the evergreen there, part of the wreath, and then loop that around and get it nice and secure. So here's our gingerbread house attached to our wreath. I just wanted to show you where I put the zip ties, one on each side there, so you could see how it was attached. And then we're going to move on to attaching our other items to our wreath. I purchased this garland, this candy cane garland from the Dollar Tree, and it's a wire, so it works really easy. And I'm just attaching, they're just twisting it onto the evergreen, and then I'm just going back and forth on the front. I'm hooking it to a piece of the evergreen there and twisting it on, and then I'm just kind of going diagonal back and forth on each side just to add some candy canes in here. And then after I go all the way around, when I finished, after I put my gingerbread men on here, I did go back and fill in with a couple of the pieces of garland. I just clipped those off and just filled in where I felt like it needed a few more candy canes. So this is just one time around my wreath with the garland, so you'll have plenty left, and then at the end I just went back and filled in where I saw any empty spots. I just used my glue gun to attach my gingerbread men. I put 3 globs or 3 little squeezes of glue on each gingerbread man and attached him with the glue gun. So next I'm just taking my glue gun and I'm going around on some of the candy canes to kind of face these in the direction that I want those turned, and just to fill in there. So I didn't do this with every single candy cane, but I just went through with my glue gun and kind of hit several of them so they weren't kind of tucked down inside that evergreen, and just turn them so you could see them a little bit better. I purchased these candy canes from the Dollar General, and they were just $1 for the little 2-packs here. And I used the ribbon that had these connected to make the little peppermint on the front there with the button, and that's what I was just trying to show you where I clipped that off of there. And I'm just going to attach these up by my bow with a hot glue gun. So here's my finished wreath. This really captures those traditional Christmas colors, the red and the green. Also, I love the snow capture gingerbread house and the little gingerbread men. Really has that land of the sweets or that candy cane land look. This looks great. It's really a unique design. You're not going to find something like this in a home department store, much less that you're going to be able to pay $12 or $13 for. So this is a simple and easy design that anyone can make at home by following along on our video. Subscribe to our channel, Southern G More Gals. On our channel we have lots of seasonal DIY videos that are giving you unique designs to decorate your home and outdoor living space. We want to give a big thank you to Kiki's DIYs and Crafty Leanie for allowing us to join their Christmas collaboration today. And we want to say thank you for everyone that's watching, and hope you have a great holiday season.